Okay, here we have WEC or WEC Le Mans, however you say it, for the Commodore 64, Amstrad and Spectrum. I'm not overly familiar with any of them. I've played the Spectrum a little bit a while back, but the Amstrad and Commodore 64 versions, first time today. I think it was Imagine handled it, based on a Sega arcade game. Let me know what your thoughts and memories are of these versions, particularly the ones that you know, and also what you think of the ones that you've never seen before that I've shown you. Right, the running order is going to be Amstrad, Commodore 64, then ZX Spectrum. See you in a bit. Okay, here we go. Amstrad version of WEC, or WEC Le Mans. I always said WEC Le Mans. This is the very first time I've played this game, this version of the game. I've not even had a practice run at this. Let's redefine my keys. Press the key for gear. We'll have M. Accelerate, Q, A, O, P. And we want keyboard. So let's see how this goes. Now already you heard some really sort of nice music there. Nice decent size graphics. Let's see how we do. It's moving really well. Yeah, the graphics are really nice. Whoa, that's actually quite impressive. Moves really swiftly. And this would have been very, very impressive back in the day, I'm sure. Now it's a time trial race, isn't it? So, you know, it's just sort of like getting to the other end as quick as you can. Your checkpoints, etc. Trying to get extra time. See how far you can go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. So we're going to see some other versions. We're going to see the Spectrum and Commodore 64 versions of this. See how they fare. But this is doing really well. The green on the cars is not my favourite sort of choice of colour. But there's nothing sort of overly wrong with it. The nice and detailed graphics. What happened there? I retired to the pit, did I? That was nice of me. Oh look, I was just a little bit out the way. Right, let's try that again. This is really, really good. Now I don't know the arcade game at all. Never ever played it. Some really, really good music here by, I don't know who it was. I was presuming Buzz means it was by Jonathan Dunn. Let's try that again. So bear in mind this is my actual first ever go at this. Let's see if I can at least get to the checkpoint. Yeah, this is very... Oh! Ha! Whoopsie. Anyone want a lift anywhere? Oh. Yeah, this is an impressive conversion. Now, did you ever play the arcade game? I don't even think I ever saw a version of the arcade game. And I used to go to arcades a fair bit. I don't know what that noise was. Was that a time extension or something? I don't know. Oh no, I think that's because I dropped it down a gear. Ah, right. Yeah, good sense of speed. Bearing in mind some Amstrad games are very, very, very slow. There we go. Oh, yes. I'm at the checkpoint. Right, let's see how I go. Oh, didn't mean to press the gear button there, but I did. Whoa, 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 get out of the way, you. Now, I'm not, believe it or not, although I've covered quite a few sort of racing games, I actually can't stand racing. I don't watch Formula 1, I don't watch rally or anything like that. I just find it dreary. And the reason for that is it's one of those things that when way back in the sort of 80s, when I mean I can remember when there was only 3 channels on the telly before Channel 4 was born. It's the same reason I don't like cricket. You know, my dad would always insist on hogging the one telly in the house to watch these things, and you know, it just put me off for life. Yeah, it's big business, it's hugely popular, but it's just not for me. I'm a straight up footy fan. I like the rugby, despite not understanding it at all, and a bit of boxing and golf, strangely enough. But yeah, really good. Now, if you've never seen, if you're an Amstrad or a Commodore, if you're a Spectrum or a Commodore 64 owner, and you'd never seen this version, oh, that was by the skin of me teeth. I'm interested to hear what your thoughts on the Amstrad version of WEC Le Mans is. Really? Oh, well, it's a bit narrow here. Will I make it to the next... Oh, not if I keep doing that, I won't, will I? Eight seconds, 7. Oh, come on. It's not going to happen. Oh dear, there we go. Right, so yeah, WEC Le Mans for the Amstrad CPC. Very impressive. How far round did I get? Ah, look, I was nearly there. Never mind. Right, let's move on. Right, here we go. WEC Le Mans for the... Oh, what's this? Oh, for the Commodore 64. Showing you it so far on the Amstrad. Got Spectrum to come after this. Right, let's get into this, see what it's like. Okay, again, one that I'm fairly new to. Commodore 64 fans, please shout up what your memories of this game are, and Amstrad Spectrum users, what you think of this. Now, it looks horrible compared to the Amstrad version, and I don't know what that horrid brown sort of thing in the middle of the screen is there. It looks like a sort of glitch, but it's... Let's just... Oh no, it's not a glitch, it's another car. So, well, suppose the, you know, that sort of being flipped over was alright, but just look at it, it's, compared to what we saw of the Amstrad, this is horrid. The cars are sort of like they're on ice. There's no sort of real sense of speed, I don't sort of think. Well, there's a bit there, I suppose, but... You know, and this is not particularly enjoyable, and it's a shame really, because, you know, there are some great arcade versions on the Commodore 64. One that's immediately in my head is Buggy Boy. That is absolutely fantastic. And easily the best out of the 8-bit versions. Can't speak for what it's like on the Amiga and ST because I don't know it. Now, did you have this game back in the day, Commodore fans, and what were your memories of it? Did you get some kind of enjoyment out of it? Because to be honest, I'm not enjoying it that much. Right, so retired to the pit. Okay. Let's have one more go at that, and then give up, because I don't like it. Right, prepared to start the race. Yeah, the sounds in it aren't very good. The graphics are atrocious, really. I mean, just look. I suppose it's whizzing along there sort of quite a bit, so take back a little bit of what I said about lack of a sense of speed. Now look, these fuckers will try and sort of block you off, which I suppose is, you know, fairly realistic, as that's what happens in racing. Oh, come on. But this is, oh, this is not fantastic. I don't think, anyway. But then what does my opinion count? Oh dear. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat there. Right. 30 seconds of time left. Oh, come on. Oh. Yeah, it is actually zipping along fairly sort of well now. The graphics are horrid. Come on. It doesn't look like I'm going to make the checkpoint, so I'll be retiring again, I think, by the look of things. Come on. No, there I go. Right, okay, that was Commodore 64's version of WEC Le Mans. Let's move on. Okay, right, Spectrum version of WEC or WEC Le Mans, however you want to say it. Let's have a look at this. I didn't have this back in the day. I've played it a couple of times over the last couple of years, but not frequently. So just to find my keys, and let's get into it. Now, it's presented very nicely. These graphics are nice, but look at the size of them. They are sort of a lot bigger than I think they were on the Amstrad version, which we'll see if that affects anything, because these roads on this game are quite narrow, so we'll see if that causes me any problems with these big fat sort of car sprites. But it's moving really well. Oh dear. Nice detail on the side of the car there. So yeah, it's okay, it's not bad at all. Certainly one of the games that gives you a really sort of good illusion of speed. So I've got some extended play there. Now, oh dear, that was my fault. I went up his arse there, rather than that being a fault of the sort of size of the graphics. But let's see how we get on with this. So again, sort of shout out. That's going to be tricky. What your oh, that was quite a good manoeuvre, wasn't it? Oh, right. See, that's not fair. That's wound me up a bit. He sort of came from behind me just as I sort of slowed down, and I couldn't do anything about it. But hey ho, let's just get on with it. Yeah, Spectrum fans, what did you make of this back in the day? And also, what do you think of the other versions that you have seen? Come on, come on. It looks like a UFO up ahead there. Ah. Now, I was doing quite well there. Ah, see, that is unfair. Ah, another one of them just clipped me. But it's impressive. It's an impressive conversion. I'm not going to reach the next checkpoint. No way. I retired to the pit. Yeah. Okay. No need to rub it in. Thank you. How far did I get? Oh, I wasn't that far away from it. Right. Let's give it one more go. 0 start game. Prepare to start the race. Righty ho. Got my seatbelt on. Come on. So imagine released this Now, what was your favourite driving game? Does anyone remember Nightmare Rally on the Spectrum? That's quite a good game. Good fun. See, they're all sort of bunched up together there, which means I'm likely going to cop an unfortunate collision. Yeah, that's one of the problems with this game. The graphics are, sorry, the car sprites are very, very large compared to the amount of free sort of track you've got. And when you get them sort of like alongside each other like that, it mean you're just going to crash into them. You know, it's unavoidable, which I can imagine is a big frustration, especially when you're sort of up against time limits and you can't really afford. You can't really afford many mistakes. But yeah, it's certainly very, very professional. Oh yeah, let's change my gear so I can go a bit faster. Right, nice bit of manoeuvring there, Baz. How comes I can't reverse park in Tesco's then, eh? Ah, see, look, I didn't have a chance on that one. Now that, yeah, that's annoying. Don't know. It's not my favourite racing game. It is a very good racing game, technically. You know, there's there are better ones out there, but you know, never mind. There we go. I didn't get very far at all. I probably didn't even get as far as I did in the first go. Let's have a look. No, even less. Right. Okay. That's that. Okay. There we go. That was 4 different versions. No, it wasn't. It was 3, wasn't it? Of WEC Le Mans. The Amstrad version probably is the pick out of the bunch there. The graphics are really nice, good impression of speed, really, really well designed, very, very good racer. And if you're an Amstrad owner back in the day, I'm sure you would have been more than happy with the version of the game that you got there. The Commodore 64 version, yeah, that was a bit ropey, wasn't it? Looked very poor, didn't play fantastically well, an okay sensation of speed. But compared to the other 2 versions, it was, you know, like I say, dog ugly and, you know, not much fun to play at all. The Spectrum version, really very good and impressive, but the car sprites were a bit too big, and you saw a couple of times I got whacked unfairly from behind, or, you know, I couldn't sort of like make a move past an opponent, etc., because the road was too narrow and the car was too wide. But that being said, they were all really, sorry, no they weren't. That was a really, really good conversion of the game. Again, I'm just after your comments on how you think the 3 of those compare to each other and what you made of them, if you played them back in the day. If you never did, is it something that you're likely to try and check out? If you like the video, please let me know. If you wish to subscribe, please do so. But if you do subscribe, please, 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 please take the time to join in with the discussion, because that's what it's all about. Okay, see you next time. Bye.